Hey Rob and Ryan again. Good to see you. I haven't met Rob yet, but Ryan, it's been a year
Yep.
since we
We've done our
actually
sit
talked.
down interview up in the suite at
Exactly
the
where
race
you
course. Yeah.
came for my job, but it's okay. So good to see you guys again because so much obviously has changed. Season three, right? Who'da thought? I suppose Rob, let me start with you because this started out as your main project. Did you ever think on those days where you were wondering what on earth you guys got yourselves into that here we would be for a season three?
Well, look, you're always betting on success and hoping that this would be a story that we could tell, not just about us getting out of that National League, but really the rise of the club and the town through the ranks and through the leagues. And we just truly believe that we can continue to tell this story as long as we can find stories to tell. And I always find it interesting when people ask me, hey, how long do you think this could go? Because we've been telling stories as human beings for thousands of years. And in some ways, we've been telling the same stories. But the only thing that changes is the points of view. And out of the thousands of people that live in Wrexham, there are thousands of millions of points of view. There are ways in which we can tell stories about that town for as long as the audience is there to support it. And we believe we can continue to do so for a long time.
And Ryan, of course, I suppose for you, did you honestly think as well? Because I know, like I said, there have been some dark days for you guys where you were wondering if you were going to have to be making Deadpool movies to your 100 years old to just afford this.
No, yeah. I mean, like in some ways, Rob calling me years ago and saying, "Do you want to partner up on this, pretty outside the box idea?" was both the best and the worst thing that's ever happened to me. I am so grateful for the home that North Wales and Wrexham and this club have in my heart. But my heart can't take it half the time. It is very intense. It is an incredibly intense ride that, you know, um, doesn't seem to wane. I mean, it's every single match. My mood for the day, sometimes the week, is determined by what happens on that pitch. And, I'm really grateful for this particular season coming up because we're going to be much closer to the actual results that are happening on the field. As we go, this particular round of Welcome to Wrexham is as close to real time as you can possibly make it. So, as we're shooting the midway through the season, we don't know how this ends. We are as in the dark as everyone else is. So, this particular season coming up gets, I think, somehow becomes more edge of your seat entertaining than the two seasons previous.
And entertainment, it definitely is right up there. I've covered World Cup finals, FA Cup finals, Champions League finals, but I've absolutely loved covering Wrexham over the last couple of seasons. And I loved going to the trophy parade. I nearly died of smoke inhalation from all of the flares, but that's
Oh
part.
yeah.
And then, of course, after that, it was good to see in episode one, I suppose, reliving Vegas. I've spoken to Ollie and Paul, and they told me it was a good time. You guys officially win for coolest bosses, and I work for Mickey Mouse. But one of the things that stood out to me,
Don't we all?
and one of the things though that stood out to me in that first episode, Rob, you said that when you guys played against Chelsea in preseason and Manchester United, and with respect, it was a weekend United and Chelsea, given the fact it's preseason. But that kind of was a reality check for you of where you guys are and where you really do want to be, which is the Premier League, right? How much did that affect you? I suppose, did you feel like you had to go back to the drawing board? Did you feel overwhelmed? And did it affect, I suppose, your 5, 10 year plan in terms of investment?
No, not at all. We knew that the level of quality of those clubs was going to far exceed where we were at that particular time, and that's no knock on the players and the management of Wrexham. It's just that that was not the infrastructure that we had built up at a level at which we were ready to succeed. It's actually very different. The game is very different in the National League than it is in the Premier League. So you bring in players and you run a very specific style of football to get out of that league, which was very different than the way that they play in higher leagues. So we expected there to be some growing pains. I didn't expect to get thrashed 5-0 by
No.
19 and 20-year-olds, but that is what happened. And that's the sport. And that's what, but then again, we did beat Manchester United.
Yeah.
Right. So
we also one of the most devastating games that we've had because we lost Paul Mullen for a good long time due to some breaking every rib in his body, which was no good for anyone.
No, it wasn't. That was
Least of
definitely
which Paul.
But I did get to interview him the other day, so he's doing quite well. And that's the thing, Wrexham at the moment are still doing quite well. I think they have, it's fair to say they've surpassed expectations, considering it's your first time, you know, back in League Two. Has that surprised you at all? And some people say it wouldn't be the end of the world if you guys don't get promotion. You know, you can bide your time, learn from another season in there. But how do you guys see it, Ryan? Do you think it would be the end of the world?
We're going for broke. We must get promoted, and that is every cell in our body is engineered right now toward that goal, and we'll do whatever it takes to get there. That's all we're thinking about when it comes to the club at the moment. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Wrexham has ever been out beyond League Two. I don't.
Back when the leagues,
there were different
systems.
Yeah,
back
2,500 years ago when Wrexham was founded. It's so no, we're all in. I think I speak for the entire club when I say that.
There's nothing more depressing as a fan or a supporter when you hear the ownership group of the team that you're supporting saying, well, we're in a rebuilding year and this is the 3-year plan. Like no one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear that. It's just not the way sport, it's not human nature. I want to win right now. I don't care about 5 years from now. And yes, you're going to draft this offensive lineman who in 4 years is going to be the cornerstone of this team. I'm like, I don't care. I want to win right now. So that's what we're focused on.
And also football tends to be more of a right now sport. You know, I notice it as opposed to sort of the big American franchises, those kinds of clubs. There's a much more of a, let's start building toward, 2029, so we could really compete. Like, no. In football, particularly at Wrexham, we want blood and we want it now. Let's go.
I love that. That's going to be our headline. Thank you so much, guys. It was such a pleasure to talk to you again, Ryan. And of course, to finally get to talk to you, Rob. You were at an Eagles playoffs game last time. So hopefully I'll see you on this side of the world soon. I'll take care of you boys in the meantime.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Love
nice
watching
to see
you
you
on
again.
TV. Thank you.